What is the Hijra in Islam, and why is it important for understanding Muhammad's prophecy? The Hijra refers to Muhammad's migration from Mecca to Medina in 622 CE. Both Islamic tradition and historical scholarship agree it was a turning point, a moment after which Muhammad's message changed significantly, as reflected in the various chapters, surahs of the Quran. Before the Hijra in Mecca, Muhammad's message was one of pure monotheism. The Meccan surahs are short, poetic, and focus on fundamental principles: the unity of God, the day of judgment, and spiritual truth. But after the Hijra in Medina, Muhammad's mission changed. The Muslim community grew, his political power increased, and the state surahs became longer and more detailed. They began to lay down rules for society, the community, and relationships with others. These were no longer just spiritual teachings. They became a plan for building a religious political society. How does this affect our understanding of Muhammad as a prophet? In other videos, I have shown that the correct view of Muhammad as a prophet is that he was sent as an Arab messenger for the Arabs, not for the people of Israel and not for the whole world. And here we can add, the Hijra marks the division between Muhammad's initial and authentic revelation and the problematic change that began after his move to Medina. In Mecca, Muhammad presented biblical truths to the Arabs without claiming to replace Judaism. On the contrary, his role was to spread the biblical message to the Arab tribes. Even the first direction of prayer, the Qibla, was towards Jerusalem, just like the Jews, which shows that his mission is rooted in the same biblical truth. But in Medina, everything changed. Conflicts arose with Jewish tribes, the message became increasingly political and military, and Muhammad no longer presented himself as a prophet only for the Arabs, but as the last prophet for all humanity. This was symbolized by the change in the direction of prayer from Jerusalem to the Kaaba in Mecca, and by the depiction of Jews and Christians as inferiors, required to pay a special tax, jizya. And so the question arises, can the reform of Islam today, which has become extremist, aggressive, and threatening world peace, be a return to the original Islam of Mecca, an Islam in which Muhammad is seen as an Arab prophet to the Arab nation, expressing a biblical faith in the Arabic language and culture without making it a universal and dominant claim over all peoples? Now imagine if Islam was truly focused only on the Arab world and was seen as a gift from God to the Arab tribes. Would the history of the world have been different? What do you think? Write in the comments and continue to follow. I am Ofer Hartov. Greetings from the land of Israel.